Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Talk This Way podcast. I'm your host, Matt Bishop. Sunday fun day here on the pod. We're hanging out with Bluphoria. We got the whole gang here. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how
Hey,
you doing?
Good, good. So where's everybody calling in from? Are you guys all in Nashville, or where are we on the map here?
Yeah, we all live in Nashville. And we all live separately, but yeah, we just moved here about almost a year ago now.
Hmm?
And you guys, I mean, obviously, you guys were spread out, but the album recording is really what brought you guys to Nashville, and it looks like you guys are kind of making it home now. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we had a great time recording with Mark Needham at East Iris. And after we got here, after we stayed here for about a month, and then we all just decided that it would be a good place to base the band.
I mean, it's a great music town. There's so many bands from, New York, LA, Southern California. But I feel like Nashville, especially over the last like 10, 15 years, there's just like a really special feel down there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, we agree.
definitely.
And so many
Yeah,
people,
every
I feel like,
band
oh,
is
sorry, go
super.
ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, like, yeah, so many bands out here are super talented, and like every single time you go out and watch a live band play, you're never disappointed here, and I think that's a really special experience.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've never been personally. I need to get there. Everybody keeps telling me I got to get down. But yeah, I've just heard that the musicianship in Nashville is just head and shoulders above anywhere else. Like you said, you just go to a bar and watch, just a local band, a cover band, and they are just exceptional. It's wild.
Yeah, 100%. And there's the whole Broadway thing too, and that is just a super impressive thing. Like, when you do visit, you definitely should check it out. But like, all these musicians are like top tier, and can play every song you've heard of on the fly, and
Mhm.
it's really inspiring.
This this might be like an odd question, but like did being in Nashville like help you guys with making this record? Like, was there just a different energy being in this city? Like, do you think it would have turned out differently if it were recorded in California, New York, wherever else?
Yeah, I'd say so. I feel like I'm talking a lot. Does anyone else want to
Yeah,
speak on that?
I feel like when we came down here the first time, we'd spend like a couple days before we went to the studio, just kind of going out and seeing what everybody's like, and like meeting all these new people. And I think, just coming to a city that's full of musicians and meeting these like really lovely people that wanted to see us succeed, and like help us in the studio. Then like later on, that was like a huge part of what made this sound like specifically with this record. I feel like if we did it in California, it would be like a lot more. I don't know. It's pretty poppy, but it would sound more West Coast, I think.
Yeah.
I got you. That makes sense. I mean, kind of, I'm not a musician, but like I can kind of like, get myself into that, headspace where I can definitely see where that would be, a thing. And, obviously people write music for so many different reasons. And if somebody's, really happy in a good place, the music's going to reflect that. If they are having some trouble, like Foo Fighters just came out with their new record, obviously they went through some shit, and it's a sad, heartbroken record. So, I can definitely see, mental states affecting it. And then obviously where you are, you're just kind of looking around and it just, all right, this place feels
Yeah.
a certain way.
Yeah.
So you guys worked with Mark Needham on the record. He's worked with, oh gosh, Imagine Dragons, Killers, a whole bunch of others. What was that process like for you guys? Like from the moment you stepped in there and started working all the way through?
Mm.
He was lovely, really. I mean, he's just kind of the person who's been doing this for so long, he could produce a whole record in his sleep.
Mm.
But he was really, really kind and, just very humble. We kept reminding him how much of a legend he was and how stoked we were to be there, but he would just say, I'm just a normal person. We're just here to have fun. But yeah, he was lovely. He was super kind, walked us through the whole thing since he knew like we were kind of just wet behind the ears.
Yeah.
The first time in like a really professional studio setting. So he was just super kind, super humble. Couldn't have asked for a better first time, very
Yeah.
professional studio experience than Mark.
Yeah, and like his like how long he's been doing this kind of like really shows, because like he would just push us in ways that we had never really done. Like we spent maybe 2-3 days just playing the songs to the clicks until it became like basically the only thing we could think about, where it's like just thinking about the BPM of these songs. And like we would try everything, any idea that we had, he made us put it down on something. And like Set Me Up like is a direct influence of Mark Needham. It wouldn't be the same song without him if we didn't like record with him.
100%.
So is it like, how do I want to say this? I don't know. Again, bear with me. I'm not a musician.
No
Is it
worries.
like you need like kind of like it's like a captain steering the ship, right? It kind of like reaches in, like makes you go in a direction that you might not have had like the vision to see. Not that you don't have the capabilities as musicians, but the direction of the song and the album, like, oh man, yeah, we can totally go this way. We just didn't see the route before.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's a
was,
very
he was definitely like the captain in control of the chaos. You know what I mean? Like his whole thing was just like, we try everything, we
Yeah.
throw it at the wall. It can work or it can suck. But either way, we should do it. And that was a big help, especially with like Set Me Up, because a lot of the songs, like we knew they needed something extra. It was just about like finding what that was. And a lot of the times it just required us having like the courage to just be like, oh, I think we should throw this in there, or, or add a drum break and all those things. And that's just kind of the experience, the years of experience he brought to the table, of just being like, most of the time the solution is, trying.
Yeah.
When I put on the record, like automatically it's an album that you can listen to anytime. Like I listen to a whole bunch of, I listen to like a lot of genres. Rock's my favorite, clearly. That's why I'm sitting here. And I can go anywhere from, like stuff like you guys all the way up to like death metal and all that kind of crazy stuff. But I mean, me personally, I can't listen to that stuff all the time. Like I can't just be like, right now, it's a Sunday afternoon, weather's beautiful. I really can't go sit on my porch and put Slayer on. I need to be like in the mood. But this is a record that I can just kind of throw on like whenever, whether I'm driving, working out, sitting, laying around, hungover, whatever. It's just feels like very I don't want to say ambiguous, because that I feel like that's kind of negative, but it just has a great feel like for a lot of different things, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. I feel like that was probably a benefit of, honestly, the long road trip we had, like going into it as well. Like we were just listening, because there's a certain point where certain songs, when you're driving for a long period of time, like we drove from Oregon to Nashville, where it's just like they get so monotonous, and you're like, there's a song you can listen to in the car, and there's a song you can listen to at home. And I feel like a lot of songs are very very rural to the background, and then if you want to pay attention, you can find something there as well.
Yeah, I agree. And like when the first song hits, you hear like the first three notes and you just kind of go, like, this is a lot of fun. And it was like, like old school, like Strokes, the Killers, maybe a little bit of Chili Peppers in there somewhere. Like it's just really feel good rock music. And it's definitely, something that we need, right now. I mean, we always need it. But there's a lot of bands that are doing like some different stuff. They're like really experimenting, getting away from their signature sounds, and this is just like really refreshing. I'm just like, man, I can listen to this anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the album's been out for like a little over a month now. It's marinated a little bit. What are the plans for the rest of the summer going into fall? Are we touring at all? Do we have any shows coming up?
Yeah, we have a tour planned. We're working on a fall tour at the moment. Just kind of finalizing that and all its details. And we're potentially doing some a project in between. You know, we're just trying to keep the ball rolling as much as possible. And I know us as a band, we want to release and play as many shows as possible. So yeah, that's the idea.
So there's new music written. Is that what you guys are saying?
Oh, I
And we
mean,
might
Dakota and I write like hundreds of songs a day, so yeah,
sounds good.
Yeah,
Just-
definitely ready to release things when we get the green light.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to, a lot of artists lately. They're like moving more towards like that old school Beatles model from back in the day where there was like single. Like we have the song. Like what are we doing? We're just going to put it out. And obviously that's back when we're putting out like records. I mean, now with, the technology, you guys don't even have to be in the same room. You just record it and it's on Spotify the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if the
100%.
juices are flowing, why not?
Yeah, that's what I telling my manager all the time. I'm just like, project, we'll do it, we'll knock it out. But yeah, right now we're focusing on tour, and that should be fun. Should be a full-fledged US tour later
Very
this
cool.
year.
Come to Philly, please.
Oh,
I beg of you. I'll be there.
Definitely hitting Philly.
Awesome. Good stuff. Well, guys, thank you so much for, waking up on a Sunday morning to hang out with me, who knows nothing about music clearly and just bumbled through this whole thing. But I really appreciate you guys letting me kind of dig deep into, making this album. It's a great record. Your first, I'm really excited for you guys. Bluphoria, the debut album is out now, Spotify and all the other streaming services. Go get yourself some streams there, listen to it. It is fantastic, and keep an eye out for tour dates coming up. We'll have a link for you guys right down here at the bottom for when those are announced, and then maybe some new tunes maybe to go along with it. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, man.
Hey guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time. I know it's Sunday, but thanks for coming to hang.
Yeah, of course. It's great.